My name is Shigeru Fukuda, 32. I'm an office worker. Today, I would like to tell you about the epic battle between me and my boss. I work at a company affiliated with a major corporation. The corporation itself is huge, but the company I work for is a medium-sized enterprise. 5 years ago, I met my wife, who is 3 years younger than me. We were introduced by a mutual friend. She's a woman of exceptional beauty with experience in a beauty pageant. Of course, she has a lot of suitors, so… Kaiko, would you like to go out for lunch this Sunday?
I'm sorry. A different person has already invited me that day.
I see. That's why she turned me down so many times. However, there were times when Keiko contacted me.
Shigeru, I'm sorry for turning you down last time.
It's fine, I know you're popular. Don't worry about it.
Are you free next Sunday?
I don't have anything planned next Sunday.
I'm glad to hear that. Please let me make up for the last time.
Oh, thank you, but are you sure you're fine with me?
You're the one I want.
I'm honored. I'll plan an exceptional date.
Looking forward to it.
To my surprise, she asked me out on a date. I only knew this after our marriage, but it seems like she's always liked me. She said that having the same hobbies and feeling good together was huge for her. We continued to date, and when I finally proposed to her, she said yes. That was 4 years ago. Kaiko got pregnant and we registered our names. Both our parents were happy about the good news. We registered as an official couple and started our newlywed lives together. As for the wedding, we decided to do it on our 5th anniversary together with our daughter. We did our best to save up for that day. Our daughter was born and just turned 4 years old. Only a year until our long-awaited wedding. Excited to have the best wedding with my beautiful wife and precious daughter, I was living a fulfilled everyday life. But one day, a new department head was assigned. My name is Terasawa. I'll be the department head from today. I'm gonna thoroughly improve the business performance, so be prepared. He's been in HR his whole life, and he's been in the company for a long time. But, frankly speaking, he has the worst reputation ever. Hey! You're going home already? There's still a lot of work to do, so you need to do overtime work. Put this material together ASAP. Finish it within today. If you can't finish it in time, stay and get it done. You're really useless. Quit if you don't want to do it. Just like that, it's a one-man corporate structure that tolerates power harassment. The people at the top seem to know about it, but the high performance is undeniable. Do the people at the top even know that because of him, several competent employees quit? My boss is very troublesome. Half a year after he was assigned as a new department head. Hey! Where are you? I just arrived home minutes ago. I think I greeted you before leaving. Oh, really? You've got guts waving earlier than your boss. I'm sorry, is there anything you'd like me to do? Go to Chicago for a business trip, starting the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow? The one assigned for this job got the flu. That's why I'm asking you to go. It's so sudden. I'm your boss. You can't refuse. I understand. Thank you. You forced me to go. Well, if the person assigned got the flu, I guess I have no choice but to go. I guess he chose me because I left early. Maybe I should have just done overtime work. But the day after tomorrow, I was thinking of finishing work early and going out to dinner with my family. I cancelled our reservation. I feel really bad for my wife and daughter. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you next time.
It's your job. There's nothing we can do about it. Misako, you can be patient, right?
Yes, I know Dad is always doing the best he can, so I'll be patient.
Masako, thank you. Let me know which restaurant you want to go to when I come home, okay? Thanks to my understanding, wife and daughter, I was able to change my mindset. When I arrived in Chicago, I sent the following message to my wife. I just arrived in Chicago. How are things there?
Same as always. Misako's asleep now. When will you arrive home?
I'll have the meeting today and tomorrow, but I don't think I can go home tomorrow night, so I think I'll head home in the morning of the day after tomorrow. So I think I'll arrive by noon?
Okay, I'll be waiting for you. But don't be too hard on yourself. Take your time and relax. You've been working too hard lately. You deserve it.
Thanks, but I'll go home. I want to spend time with you and Misako on the weekends.
You're really fun at Misako.
Of you too. However, things didn't work out as planned. Surprisingly, the meeting ended earlier than expected. Thinking that I'd be in time for the last train, I ran to the station and bought a ticket. I boarded the train just in time. Thinking I'll arrive home at around 9 p.m., I can't help but get excited. After all these years of being together, I'm still so in love with my wife and daughter. Exhausted from work, I slept on the train ride home. When I arrived at the station, I realized I forgot to message my wife. But, well, I'll arrive home in 10 minutes. So I decided to surprise them with a favorite chocolate cake instead. When I arrived home, there was no sign of people. I thought maybe they were both already asleep, so I checked the bedroom. But Misako was asleep on the bed, alone. Wondering where my wife is, I searched all over the house. I realized that the bathroom lights are on. She must be in the shower, I thought, and tried to surprise her. Hey, pretty lady, would you like to… I froze. I was dumbfounded. That was because my wife was not alone in the bathroom. She was with my boss. I saw them kissing. Shocked, I didn't know what to do. A minute of silence felt like an eternity. Then I closed the door, put on my clothes, and went to the living room. I was in so much shock that my brain stopped working. All I could muster was to sit on the floor.
Dad!
You're awake! I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Welcome home.
My daughter, Misako, woke up. Unaware of what was happening, she smiled at me. Come to think of it, my daughter was asleep upstairs, under the same roof. Can't believe that my wife had an affair in our house where our daughter was. Thinking about that, I felt something dark inside of me. Then, my wife came running to the living room.
Darling, that was…
Realizing that our daughter was there, she was lost for words.
Mom, what's wrong?
However, Keiko was speechless. I heard the front door closing, so it seems like my boss sneaked out. In the meantime, I'll put Misako to sleep. Let's go. How about I escort you to your bed?
What about Mom?
Your mother and I will talk to you after you go to sleep, okay?
I want to join.
Your mother and I will talk after you go to sleep, okay?
Okay.
I brought her upstairs like always, making sure she didn't notice anything. Then, after putting Misako to sleep, the dreaded conversation started. Tell me everything. At first, Keiko looked down and didn't utter anything. But then she started talking. She told me that she was working as a host for a while when she was at university. There, she met my boss. He paid her heftily. She received money from him by having carnal relations with him. Then, when Keiko went to my office to bring something I forgot to bring, I was out running errands for the company, so I didn't meet her at the time. That's when they met again. Of course, my boss didn't pass up that opportunity. Keiko threatened to have her past exposed if she didn't give him her number. Little by little, they started having an affair. Then tonight, they thought of meeting for a while. After doing it, she thought she would just drive him home. Can't believe she had an affair in the same house her daughter is in. I'm beyond angry and dismayed.
Please, I don't think anything about him at all. I didn't want you to hate me, so I had no choice.
I won't hate you for whatever past you have. Because the Keiko that I love is the Keiko that I met, not the Keiko of the past.
So…
But you didn't trust me and had an affair with that man. You even invited him to our house where our daughter is, and did it here!
But because he said that he doesn't want to do it anywhere else but here.
I think you should have told me when he said that. What if Masako woke up and saw you too? Kaiko had no reply to that. Masako was waiting for me to come home from my business trip. There was a chance that Masako would come downstairs when the door opened. Actually, Masako woke up mad and came downstairs. One wrong move and Masako would have seen that horrible scene.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I will discuss everything that happens from now on. So please, forgive me.
I can't forgive you no matter what you say right now. Please go to your parents' home for now. I want to cool my mind before continuing this talk. Kaiko packed her things up and left the house before Masako woke up.
Where's Mom?
Good morning, Masako. I'm sorry. Your mother went out for a while.
What? Did she go out without me? So unfair.
I'm sorry, but I took a day off together, so let's go play.
Really? Yippee!
I won't let Masako feel sad. While Kaiko and I were living separately, things finally got into motion. Hey, can I talk to you? My wife told me everything. I'll listen to your side of the story just in case. Well, we got a bit carried away about the past. It wasn't planned. I'm really sorry. You have a wife too, right? We're in the middle of settling for a divorce, so don't worry. I'm not worried at all. Anyway, I'll report this. You'd be a waste even if you did. What do you mean? I'll report it for you. He switched the phone and talked with great pride. In our company, if there are complaints about the managers, there's a system to file a complaint and have it dealt with. But HR is assigned to that. It's the department where my boss was assigned before here. He's very close with the people in HR. That's why I don't have a chance even if I filed a complaint. Filing a complaint at the parent company won't mean anything too. There's no end to what our company will do if that happens. That's why he thinks that all I can do is a request for compensation, but... On Monday, I was with someone in the meeting room. There was no one else there. Then he came in. Excuse me! Did you call me? Mr. President? Why are you here? Right, I was with the president. Not the president of this company, but the head of the parent company, MoniRobo Trading Company. He has no idea why the president is here. He probably doesn't know why I'm standing beside the president as well. Then, the president opened his mouth. Of all people, I can't believe you had an affair with my son's wife. With those words, I can see Terasawa grow pale. Yes, I'm the son and predecessor of this huge company. You're kidding, right? Why would a person like him be in our company? Understandable. Let me explain. The reason why I'm working at a small child company is because of my father's orders. He instructed me to work at a small company and grow it with my efforts. He promised to make me the successor if I performed excellently. He wanted me to achieve something no one can complain about. That's why I joined this company. Even to this day, no one knows I'm the president's son. If it was just an affair, I wouldn't have called my father. But I concluded that you and the people in HR are a problem. Right, that bond he had with HR that he was so proud of. There's a possibility that they did the same to the complaints of other employees. I talked to the president about the situation and how it needs to be reformed. Then, as the president, my father agreed that it was a huge problem. In the meantime, the head office will dispatch an investigator. Depending on the results, there's a chance that you and the head of HR will be fired. So, brace yourselves. Terawasa lost words and collapsed on the spot. It was discovered that there was power and sexual harassment, which resulted in the department head Terasawa and the head of HR getting fired along with other managers. I can't believe their schemes continued for so long. If you think about it that way, they were probably quite lucky. As the president, I'm embarrassed for not noticing this earlier. We need a drastic reformation. The president was astonished. Of course, Terasawa and the others were fired. Terasawa is in the middle of a divorce settlement with his wife. He's the one at fault, so I'm sure I'll have to pay for the alimony. And of course, I'll demand alimony from him too. Now that he doesn't have a job, he'll have difficulty paying that off. By the way, I asked my wife for a divorce and asked for alimony. As for child support, I declined it, because I don't want her to meet our daughter anymore. We talked through a lawyer. Kaiko was crying when she said,
Please, forgive me! Misako misses me too. I promise I won't betray you anymore. Please, don't leave me.
She desperately cried and tried to persuade me. Of course, I have lingering affections. I really loved Kaiko, and I know that she loved our daughter too. But the fact that she had an affair and invited a man to our house to have an affair? But these two things, I can't forgive her. I don't have any plans to get back at you. I won't give you custody of our daughter too. I don't care if it'll take years, I will continue to fight. Kaiko's head was drooping. Well, she has no way of winning. Without a job that pays her, there's no way she can afford to hire a lawyer. However, the amount of property division is about the amount of alimony, so I ended up keeping all the property we had. I got custody of our daughter, and as for visitation requests, I let our daughter decide. When Masako becomes a middle school student and is able to make her own decisions, I'll tell her everything, and if she still wants to meet her mother, I decided I will let her. Even though I don't want Masako to meet her mother again, she's still her mother. I'm sure that Masako grows up, she'll face problems that her father can't help her with. Kaiko signed the agreements that she won't be able to meet Masako until Masako becomes a middle school student. If Masako decides that she wants to meet her mother, Kaiko promised not to change her number. Kaiko's parents told me about what happened to Kaiko after that. After she returned to her parents' house, she was scolded. But her parents were looking forward to seeing their granddaughter again. So they decided to monitor Kaiko. She is beautiful and sociable. She's living peacefully in a place where no one knows about the affair. As for Misako, when you become a middle school student, you'll be able to see your mother again.
Why can't I see her until then?
Because your mother did something she shouldn't. She's reflecting on her actions at your grandparents' house.
Will I see her when I go to middle school?
That's for you to decide. I'll tell you everything when you do. Explain to her. As a father, I will protect my daughter no matter what she chooses.